Join Unsure But Interested podcast for Matinee Morsels
Yum 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 yum.
with Kurt and Marie.
Because none of
Yeah.
my doubles are recent.
I know they did have that Lucifer show, which people were
Yeah.
interested in, but even that's not that recent anymore. It's been a while, hasn't
No,
it?
it's been a while. And then Netflix like revived it, which is a weird thing to say for Netflix. Like they actually revived a show and let it finish. Because it was on Fox, which is interesting. But I oddly liked it better when it was on Fox, which is weird, a weird thing to say, but like the constraints of
Yeah.
procedural actually worked for that show. Um,
No, I think it did too. And but then also the whole show was that it was just super horny. Like that was the
oh yeah.
show.
Oh, he was so they were all so horny. My God.
It was like, what
Um,
if we did
remember his
the
hot
the cop
brother?
procedural but made it super horny?
Super horny hot doubles.
Oh,
His
that's
brother
the
was
show that should be made. The super horny, like, because that's basically what moonlighting was.
yes. We need a suit. Well, when I was watching Challengers, I realized like, oh, this is what we're missing.
Everything needs to be hornier.
Just but like
Yeah.
but not like in like penetrative sex.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Just
it like
desire. Yeah.
like I loved like when I was leaving the movie, I was like, oh my God, like it had no sex in it. And it was
Yeah.
like still like so much more sexual than these other ones that I have seen recently. And it's like, okay, great.
And
Yeah,
the boomers are very obsessed with the fact that the younger generation doesn't seem to have as much sex as they think they should be having, which is such a boomer thing to be worried about.
right. Yeah, it's like
But this could
population control.
right. This could be one of the things that, could maybe get their motor running, like get some more desire out there. Because what is there really to, what, in the 80s, it was so horny. In the 90s, everything was horny. Everything was horny. Like maybe bring
Yeah,
that back. Like,
we're
but
bringing porn.
not in a sexist way that the 80s and the 90s had,
Right.
but like
Yeah,
in
just
a
like in
way
this
that
weird.
builds that tension because that tension's great. Everybody loves that
Yeah.
tension. There's a book by Jarvis called Exquisite Masochism, and she talks
Oh,
about it in the Victorian era, about how
oh,
there's always the somebody proposes, but then they always refuse because the story
mhm.
would be over if they
Yeah,
accepted.
right.
And so
Yeah.
it's this is the she's making the argument, and she's using a lot of BDSM imagery in it to kind
Mhm.
of make the argument that the Victorians were very obsessed with that exquisite, but like that like,
Right.
ooh, they're not going to get together and this hurts, but the desire, like they were really into that like push and pull desire part,
Mhm.
which I think is really fascinating. But, like, we should bring
Yeah.
it back. We should bring it back.
Bring
I
that
love
back.
it. I mean, that's what
You're
Pride
like,
and Prejudice is. I mean, Pride and
right.
Prejudice is exactly that. It's just, they're not gonna, but they
No.
really want to.
Right. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a good, yeah. Me, a lover of subtext, but I was like, oh my God, I love like let's just make a bunch of these where it's like we put them in some like thing and then just let it go.